Hey, Midnight Sun here. We're doing Challenge Rift 431. This is going to be utilizing the Shards of Hatred or Souls of Hatred that they've got this season, which is really interesting. It's also a Legacy of Dreams build. Now, the important aspect of this build is going to be Hydra and some of the Frost damage that we have here with Ray of Frost. And we're going to basically be activating these passives with Stone Armor and Familiar as well as Magic Weapon. Once those are activated, we're going to pop a Hydra every few minutes or so and then use Ray of Frost. So I'm just going to run through this and describe most of it right away as we go through. So activate all of these skills that we have here. Activate our Hydras and then hold down your Ray of Frost and stand still for a few seconds. Now, if you do that, you'll be able to kill everything around you, no problem. And then your goal is just to bring a Hydra forward with you every few seconds and then hold down Ray of Frost. That's all you got to do. So teleport forward, hold down Hydra, hold down Ray of Frost, and then you're good to go. Now, one thing you have to be aware of is that this build is pretty squishy, so you're more than likely going to die once or twice going through here. You should still have plenty of time to do it, and there's one area in particular that we should be a little cautious of. So I'll show you what that is here in a second. So let me just bring forward these things with me. We're wearing an Aquila Cuirass, so for above 95% resource, then we won't be taking as much damage. So what I would do is I would just kind of keep an eye out for that. Maybe only throw down one Hydra at a time as you move forward. Most of this lightning is going to kill all these enemies around us anyway, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And right up here, there's going to be a whole bunch of elites all right next to each other. So before you fight them, just move over here, grab the shield, and you can start spamming down all of the Hydras that you want and throw down all of the damage that you want here and just take all of these guys out with one nice swing of the Hydra and the Frost Blade here. So make sure you get all the orb ones there. There are 3 of them. Grab those guys and then start making your way up. And I would try and kill a couple stacks of enemies that are in here, since they're nice and organized for you here, before we move on to the next area. In here, just throw Hydra forward, and pause for a second for the Hydra to be able to take out some of these enemies, because here's where I've died the most, is actually in this area, from the Hydra not being able to deal as much damage as can here. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on that, and that you aren't teleporting into a bunch of enemies. Just remain back for just a half a step more if you need to. Like right there, we almost died because there was enough enemies in front of us that it got a little dangerous. Stand back here to kill these enemies. Make sure you're holding still for a second to get all of the damage boosts that you can. And I would just throw a Hydra or 2 in that room up there. Wait out here for a minute, and then once it's all clear, you can dip right through there. So we're doing good on time here. We are racing against our time. We didn't finish it with too much time left, but we managed to finish it. There's our next set of elites right up here. So throw down 2 Hydras, stand back for a second, let the Hydras and the Frost Nova do all of the damage, and then move forward to the exit. Alright, and now there's another set of elites in here. It's important that we go down, because by going down we'll run into the elites faster, and that's basically what this build wants to do. It wants to just kill a couple elites and move forward. So I don't anticipate a lot of people having too much difficulty with this once they understand the concept of it. There we go. And this kills the Rift Guardian really fast as well, so we don't have to worry about that. Hey, Midnight Sun, we're doing Challenge Rift 431 on the EU server. And if we go and check it out, we get Vyrs Amazing Arcana. And this set is a little interesting. We gain Archon. Our Archon gains the effect of every rune. Archon stacks also increase your attack speed, armor, and resistance by 1%. And you gain 1 Archon stack when you hit with an Archon ability. And Archon stacks also reduce damage taken by 0.15%. And have their damage bonus increased up to 100%. This is paired with the Chantadoo's Will, I think is how you pronounce that. Every second while in Archon form, you expel a wave of destruction, dealing 4,000% weapon damage to enemies within 30 yards. This damage scales with every attack speed or with attack speed. Every time you hit with an attack while not in Archon form, 4,000% weapon damage is added to wave of destruction, stacking up to 20 times. So this is going to be interesting because we also have this. The bonuses from Archon stacks now last for 20 seconds after Archon expires. So this means that right here is Chantadoo's Resolve. And if we attack real quick, you can see that we gain a stack. So as we attack, we're gaining more and more stacks. So the goal is to gain as many stacks of that as we can while killing the elites around us. And this goes pretty fast as well. So this actually will gain stacks faster than just doing your arcane orb here. But obviously the arcane orb is going to do more damage because we have something that boosts arcane. There we go. Yeah, your signature spells increase the damage of arcane orb by 4,000%. So that means that we're going to want to be hitting with spectral blades here. So we're going to be hitting that over and over again. And then there we have our increased damage with Arcane Orb. So we want to maintain that. And then after we gain enough stacks, we're going to hit Archon. And now we're going to deal a lot of damage with Archon. And we in particular want to use this Wave of Force or Arcane Strike ability here to deal most of our damage. And as we do that, we're gaining more and more stacks here. So we'll see that once our Arcane form expires, then we'll be able to maintain those stacks for a bit. Alright, so Arcane form is expired, and now our main attack here is doing a lot of damage. So as long as we don't die, we're good. So let's go ahead and get started here. So it's really important that we don't die, so we're activating our 2 abilities right off in the beginning. And we're trying to build up most of these stacks, so try and hit with the primary ability here first, then throw down a few arcane orbs behind you. Once you get to about here, that's when you can start using the arcane form. And you're just going to try and nuke elites with this. And make sure you teleport forward. Try and teleport as often as you can because we want to try and get around as many enemies as we can here forward, stacking this arcane form up and getting through the dangerous areas. Once we're out, we're going to be throwing down this arcane orb to utilize the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac here. And the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac is going to help us maintain our Archon. So we want to try and utilize it as often as we can here to reduce the cooldown of Archon. Once Archon is back again, we're going to hit it right here in this room to nuke all of these enemies and build our stacks back up. And we have to rush down over here to take care of those guys and then move down. So as long as we're doing that, we should be able to maintain our Archon form relatively well here. Getting in here, again, same thing. We're utilizing our Arcane Orb to get back our Archon form. Everything here is insanely dangerous. They kill me all the time right here. And if you die, that's kind of it. It's over. So make sure you're being a little cautious coming through here until we get our Arcane form again, which is right there. Once we get it, we need to teleport forward as fast as we possibly can and get through these elites up here. There they are. Okay, we got them. We should be running out of our arcane form right about here. That activates our shield. Now that we have the shield, we can start spamming. Go ahead and stand here and spam as much as you can to get out the next set of elites. And doing that, we should be ready to move on to the next area. Try and rebuild up that arcane form by stacking with Arcane Orb. Now, our shield should be running out here really soon. So don't get overly confident. Bring back that arcane orb, or arcane form, and start attacking again. We want to make sure that we're teleporting as often as we can in the arcane form, because it's got a rapid teleport, and wasting time here isn't going to help us very much. Okay, we'll get our channeling pylon there. And again, once we do, we're just going to make sure that we're spending a resource spending attack here. We've got a lot of arcane stacks on us right now, so we should be dealing a fair amount of damage. And with the pylon here, you shouldn't have to worry about the elite. So go ahead and attack him and take him out. Now we should be getting our archon form back again, and once we do, we're just going to start teleporting with it. We're moving up over here to this room to get the next set of elites out. And then we're moving straight across, and we should be running into another set of elites here, which you got to try and get them with the same archon form. Now here, we're going to try and use the damage from this to spawn the Rift Guardians, as well as reset our arcane form. So don't be doing too much damage. We just want to get enough to get it started here. All right. There's our Rift Guardian. Now our arcane form should be coming right back. Hit him again, and as soon as you do, you just sit here and spam this over and over again on him. And that should be plenty of time to take him out and get him killed. So there you go. So that was very precise. If you die, you might have to restart the whole rift. And let's check out our time, see how we did. All right, we're in the top 10, so not bad. So that was the challenge rift. It's a little late for me usually here, so I'm a little tired and not talking as much, but hopefully that helped explain the EU version here. And thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. I really appreciate all of your guys' comments and the community kind of growing here. So have a good one. Bye.